Where do you find yourself on that spectrum? Are you very detail oriented, or are you more like, let's just give them guidelines and see what they do?
I think I'm learning to trust the player, which means learning to let them figure out
Hmm.
a lot more. I'm learning that maybe too much directions is counterintuitive, but at the same time, you see scores from like Stravinsky, who like has very little space for interpretation.
Right.
So I believe in that. I believe in what he has done. Or like I look at. I guess it depends on the kind of music that you listen to. That's why I now believe writing is very tied to you as a person.
Mm.
Because if I look at Stravinsky or Bernstein, that kind of, or Schoenberg, all of these composers are very heavy on their philosophies of music.
Yes.
They
Yeah.
all have like very very strong opinions about music theory and philosophy itself, like how music behaves and represents oneself.
Mhm. Well, I mean,
I
they wrote the books
suppose.
on it, so yeah.
And they wrote the books, correct, which says a lot, because then you have like, so Rinsky Korsakov could be in the same line, but then you have the opposite spectrum, which is like, say, the avant-garde people. So you have Pierre Boulez, you have John Cage,
Yeah.
you have Stockhausen, and you have this also, or like the what's the word, like the impressionistic people from the 70s, like Grisset and all of these
Yeah.
guys who were basically making drawings on scores. They look beautiful, they're very graphic, and they're very descriptive, but they also leave a lot more space for the player. And then they're like, then you have someone like Penderecki who's like incredibly in the middle, like he's very descriptive, but at the same time, a lot of what he's describing is who's gonna count those rhythms, on a side reading session, which is what I experience every time that I go to work. It's like musicians have seen the music, the day before, if I'm lucky. So it's
Mhm.
kind of like understanding that I love the detail, but I also know that I need to trust the player, and I need to be coherent with my work, which is I need to give them the tools so they can give me the performance that I need.
Mm.
So sometimes less instructions will actually get me there faster.